A broken Ukrainian father saying goodbye to his daughter fleeing to safety. Nobody can erase these sad images from their memory. Every day we see horrifying images from the Ukraine-Russia war. Everyone has a say about Russia's evil plan to occupy Ukraine, from Kate Beckinsale to David Beckham to Holly Willoughby to Prince Harry. Are you ready to hear what UK celebrities are saying about this horrible war? First up, Piers Morgan. On February 24, 2022, Russian President Vladimir Putin began a siege of Ukraine. Hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians are fleeing Ukraine as we speak. Others are being held hostage in Russia and many have been killed. The English presenter of Good Morning Britain, Piers Morgan, is condemning Putin of his invasion of Ukraine. Morgan has never been shy about anything. He says exactly how he feels about practically anything. Here is what he had to say about Putin, the antichrist. This is an act of war by a bully boy thug who doesn't think the rest of the world has the guts or will to stop him. Morgan didn't end there, he wrote another tweet. Putin's doing this because he got away with it last time in Crimea, and if he gets away with it again in Ukraine, he'll keep invading other countries until he restores the Soviet Union. Morgan is currently leading other celebrities in shaming Putin. Next we have Victoria and David Beckham. Victoria and David Beckham are shocked that thousands have been killed after attacks on military targets and critical infrastructure. This pair has been taking the big initiative of donating £1 million to provide aid to Ukrainians. That's amazing, isn't it? David has a Seven Fund for UNICEF where they provide support to children affected in this war-torn country. Surprisingly, there are a lot of UK celebrities choosing not to say anything about this war, which is shameful. Luckily, the Beckhams are standing in solidarity with Ukraine and setting a great example for other famous people. Next up, Lennox. The Scottish singer Anna Lennox has a lot to say about Russia. She is desperate to know why this is happening. Anna expresses her feelings on her Instagram by posting a caption reading, "Dark Reflection." She has been begging her followers and fans to make donations to the Red Cross. This is what she tells us in her post. "Dear friends, like so many people, I feel shocked and devastated by the events in Ukraine. Perhaps like me, you are wondering what you can do." Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch is best known for his role as Doctor Strange in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Unfortunately, in real life, he doesn't have magical powers to save the world. Here is what he's got to say about the devastation in Ukraine. Cumberbatch is sending his support to Ukraine and Russian families who are being traumatized. He says that there's more now for all of us to do than just have our thoughts and prayers. We need to act. We need to go onto embassy websites. We need to see what we can do as citizens of the world. Benedict and his wife Sophie have also offered to host Ukrainians arriving in the UK. Gary Lineker has joined Benedict Cumberbatch in agreeing to house Ukrainian refugees in the UK. The former footballer previously hosted a Syrian refugee back in 2020 and heaped praise on the worthwhile experience, revealing that man is now a part of his family. Now the Match of the Day host has selflessly volunteered to take in Ukrainian refugees who have fled the terrifying conflict in their country. Kate Beckinsale. On her Instagram account, the 48-year-old actress Kate Beckinsale tagged The Stand with Ukraine Instagram account. Her post has shown more than 40 Ukrainian soldiers and 10 civilians who have been killed by Russian forces. That's heartbreaking, don't you think? The photographs that Kate shared are truly horrifying. 51-year-old actress Tasmin Othwaite is just as shocked about this war. She has this to say: "Our basement in Kiev is now filling up with families with small children. The kids are holding colouring books. It's heartbreaking. Why is this happening? When has war been the answer to anything at all? Why haven't people in power learnt from the past? It's utterly devastating." We're all asking these same questions, aren't we? Paddy Mcguinness. On Twitter, Paddy Mcguinness penned, "Had to turn off the news for an hour to recalibrate. Frightening watching those Russian tanks rolling into Ukraine. Can't imagine what the people who live there are going through. Really hope peace and a diplomatic solution prevails between the two countries." Dennis Van Otten wrote, "Praying for the people of Ukraine." Nicola Adams. Olympic boxer Nicola Adams, who is expecting her first child with girlfriend Illa Baig, shared a video in which a father in Ukraine was separated from their child after sending them to a safe zone in the country. Nicola wrote, "Now I'm about to be a parent, I can't even imagine how scary this would be. No to war, #Ukraine. Peter Andre shared a snip of the headlines about the shocking acts occurring in Europe as he penned, "This is heartbreaking, truly heartbreaking." Holly Willoughby and Phillip Schofield. TV presenters Holly Willoughby and Phillip Schofield are distraught by the Russia-Ukraine war. In the morning show, a video of a little Ukrainian girl singing "Let It Go" from Frozen has not only broke our hearts, but also the hearts of Holly and Phillip. As they started talking about this video, Holly started tearing up and Phillip followed shortly after. It was very hard for them to talk about this little Ukraine girl in a bomb shelter. Holly remarked, "It's such innocence, isn't it? It's horrible." These two presenters cried so much that the channel had to be put on a commercial break. 41-year-old Holly Willoughby is also having a tough time discussing the Ukraine crisis at home. She doesn't know how to explain this to her kids who keep asking her what's going on. Holly's kids are 12-year-old Harry, 10-year-old Belle, and 7-year-old Chester. This is what Holly confessed to us. "How do I explain this to my children? I was asked questions last night I didn't have the answers for." Holly has been asking her followers how she can tackle these tough topics with her kids. But how could she describe little kids who have been forced to flee from their land, or others who are dying or hiding in the bomb shelters, to her children? No parent wants to explain these things to their young kids, do they? Last of all, here are the royal reactions to Russia invading Ukraine. Prince Charles condemned the brutal and truly terrible aggression of the Russian President Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine. It might have seemed like a senior royal was wading into the kind of geopolitical territory they often try to avoid. In a tweet, Prince William and Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, said they stand with the people of Ukraine as they bravely fight for their future. They also recalled the privilege of meeting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and his wife, Elena, at Buckingham Palace in October 2020. Even though Harry and Meghan are no longer active members of the royal family, they are still important in the public eye. This is what they tell us about the war in Ukraine. "All of us at Archwell stand with the people of Ukraine against this breach of international and humanitarian law, and encourage the global community and its leaders to do the same." Archwell is the foundation that Harry and Meghan created in 2020. Their goal is to drive systematic cultural change. There you have it. These UK celebrities are supporting Ukraine in any way that they can. What about you? Please let us know down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.
И забудь, что прошло уже не вернуть. Отпусти и забудь.